laners, there's success opportunities there, but that Sejuani really is the go button for the team. Final pick of this first draft will be the Alistar here for Keria to pair with the Jhin against that Lucian Braum bottom lane. Isaac trying to dive Doran, 52-35 in farm. Doran will be able to equalize some of that, but because Owner was drawn up to the top side to protect Doran.
Low for the young player joining Gen.G, but he has risen to incredible heights as the Grubs start off.
The Grubs once again could be the battlefield. Gen.G trying to make sure they're around here for maybe a smite. Keria with a Hex Flash over the wall, tries to go in for a little bit, but Unbreakable Will already required. Gen.G backing away for a moment. If Alistar's ulti falls, it's very difficult for him to continue participating in the fight. Chovy and Faker off to the side as Gen.G will move in. They will take control over the pit. They will secure the third Grub. A 2 in tow. Gen.G with a 4-man attempt, starting up the Drake already. Canyon's going to be the one to tank it. Duro and Chovy keeping a defensive position off to the side. Keria steps forward, immediately popping the Unbreakable Will as Gumayusi wants to fire a deadly flourish over the wall. Keria, half HP, Unbreakable Will down. Gen.G still with control over the objective. Owner ready to challenge. Gen.G still trying to maintain control here. Gumayusi off to the side. Can open up with a curtain call if he needs. Deadly flourish, not going to find a target. Weaver's wall looking to block him away. Beautiful engage coming out there from Faker. Shockwave. The Ocean Drake goes over to Gen.G, but they've already lost a man. Support for support as Ruler's knocked down next. T1 all the way down in the bottom lane. So T1 with the timing, with the control, will seize the neutral objective.
But notice Gen.G is pushing on this bottom side. They're looking for first tower there, and they're just going to try to rush this down because they know if Herald is summoned, they'll likely lose a tower of their own, but they don't have another minion wave here, and T1 is going to try to rush for it. Both teams are really trying to defend this hard.
T1, they've got the positioning over the wall with Keria as well. Duro wanted to TP in, but the first turret already goes the way of T1, and the third kill will do the same. The Herald's ready to charge, and T1 is mowing them over. The turret, the kill, and the tier 2 to follow. It might have been a turret and bot for Gen.G, but T1 take everything in mid lane.
A misstep from Duro as he tries to defend the mid tier 1. If he can just slow T1 down, there's an opportunity, but now Chovy's making a play of his own.
Chovy wants to get something back here in the top side. Weaver's wall fires out. Remember, there's no flash for the Gwen to try to get away. The unraveled Earth flies out, and Doran...
It's so much better for Gen.G. They were able to get the push out on bot. Faker has now regrouped with his team. Watch out for the Jarvan Orianna combo.
Okay, immediately, teleport gonna come in from Doran as Gen.G have the dragon down to half HP. Keria and Owner looking to walk up, maybe make their entry into the fight as Chovy already has to flash defensively to try to get away from Doran. Now the dragon down to 2,000. Keria's in the middle. It's stolen by Owner. T1 trying to make their entry into the fight now as Keen's already at half HP. T1 backing away. Owner gets the job done. T1 happy with it.
Yeah, T1 get the dragon and they're able to get out. It does cost Keria his flash, but it's a great smite there from Owner to secure it. Now though, looking for a potential re-engage. Owner goes in.
They go in with a shockwave combo on top of the Jarvan, and now they've caught Canyon unaware. He gets away with 100 HP as T1 now trying to back away. Duro thinking about going over the wall. He wants to go in here with the flash, throws up Unbreakable. T1 scrambling, but there's no damage from Gen.G. Owner's ready to go back in, but he has to flash out after one. And it's another fight, this time for the Otacon. Gen.G putting some damage into it, but it's not
Doran has no
particularly
TP.
dying quick. There's no TP for the Gwen. T1 have to try and do something to stop this. Buy a little bit of time for Doran to arrive. Curtain call opens, but Duro's unbreakable. Chovy zoning everybody away here with the unraveled Earth. Owner wants to make his entry, but the Otacon is secured by Canyon. Gen.G have the objective, but what about the fight right after? Owner goes in, Chovy gets out, Owner goes down, Ruler goes off. Keen looking to zone Faker off the back as Doran makes his way into the fight, but he can't snip anybody out. Now he's shot by Ruler, and it's a double kill for the man with the double guns. Faker with a beautiful shockwave to turn the fight at the end, but it's still a 2-for-1 favoring Gen.G. T1 want a little more. Ruler and Duro trying to escape as Keria and Gumayusi are in hot pursuit. Ruler trying to vamp off the minions. Keria wants to catch him. Gumayusi's low. Ruler looking to turn around, but he doesn't have the health. Gumayusi lives. Double kill.
Fight. The decision-making from Gen.G was fantastic. They knew that so many summoner spells were used in the... Doran doing a good job of pushing out that bottom wave as well. And the tower will fall. A bit of extra gold secured.
They used too many resources. Canyon got chunked, but they still might think about it. Doran's gonna run interference. The Dragon is already claimed. Keen wants to go in, and Chovy's firing off the Weaver's wall, but Keen's already all alone, exhausted in the middle of 5. Keen just dies. Gen.G are completely confuddled, and T1 are happy to teach him a lesson. Gumayushi with another kill.
Secure a Baron.
It's Keen getting a little bit nervous there, a little bit antsy, forcing the play early. Did not seem synced up with his team. Chovy was on a solo mission on the side. Keen went in to defend. Faker pushes out mid, and now he's going to go top to try to answer. Keen should be able to knock down this tower, and that is a lot of gold in his pockets here, but T1 going to answer with one of their own.
Yeah, Keen doing a good job making sure that he can at least get something back in.
3 very powerful ones. Has the Infinity Edge finished, so pressure on Ruler to get the damage done here. Chovy now just finished his rally, so he's on 3 items. Gen.G not out of this just yet, but it will have to be a great fight.
Beautiful seismic shot from Chovy. Faker buys a little bit of time here with the stasis, and he ain't dead yet. Gen.G looking for a little more as the Glacial Prison doesn't get a lot of value. Over the wall, Doran has to jump back away as Keen wants another stun, this time on Gumayushi. Owner re-entering back into the fight as Chovy is trapped inside the Cataclysm. Owner goes back over the wall with a nice EQ combo. Faker down very low. Canyon needs a little bit more damage as Ruler takes out Carrier. T1 on the run. Gen.G. Doran is coming around on the flank. Keen might just see him here, depending on if Doran gets the skip and slash over the wall in time. Doran's going to be caught out. Keen immediately sees him, but Doran only loses about 1/3 HP. The Drake has been aggroed, pulled, but it's too far down. The patience will be lost, and it resets back towards its home before it can be taken low enough for a smite fight.
Doran's going to TV back. He just went back to base here. He already had the Seekers. He's ready to go pick up some wards.
Okay, Dragon at half HP. Gen.G still looking to burn this one down. Weaver's wall's already been fired. It's slated, secured by Gen.G. Canyon here in the front line, but he's not dead yet. Finally going to be cut to pieces. Gumayushi grab the killing spree. Gen.G defensive positioning as finally the Jax makes his way in. Owner trying to escape back out as Ruler is under pressure off to the right. Keen in the middle of everybody trying to do the damage, but it does not work. T1 have already won the fight, and they want even more. Gen.G running into the wrong side of the jungle, and T1 hunt them down. Chovy sidesteps a deadly flourish as Ruler and Duro try to fight back, but Carrier runs him over. Gumayushi's on a rampage. Gen.G.
But you just know they're on the wrong side of the map, and T1 back to live. We got to go because they're on Baron.
The Baron is claimed by T1. T1 not slowing down, ready for the next minion wave to crash, while Doran enchants the wave over in mid at the same time. Canyon throws out a Glacial Prison, but there's no follow-up. Immediately, T1 fires back, and Gen.G have lost their main engage. Owner puts Chovy in the Cataclysm, but he has to get back away. Canyon's about to die. Faker needs a little bit more damage that he will not find, but it just makes space. T1 now firing onto 2 inhibitors at the same time, and bottom and mid lanes will now surge with super minions as the Nexus turrets are under fire. Ruler's calling, very little efficacy as that first Nexus turret is about to drop to the enchanted cannon minions. Gen.G scrambling for the defense as T1 continue the push. A ton of damage onto Duro, and Gen.G are not holding. The Nexus is open. Canyon's in the middle of everybody, but he's already down. Gen.G are no match for the T1 team fighting. Keen goes golden, but it's all too late. Another double for Guma. Faker is godlike, and T1 take game 1.
Does help, with the dive. You're sending in that buy, the Scion, the Nautilus into the backline here, and it's going to be Camille in the top lane. Doran had a spectacular performance, I remember, from playoffs here, in the MSI qualifier. Stole an Otacon away. Duro TP'd down, Carrier did as well, so both those supports getting down there. Duro just trying to cover, make sure the Canyon cannot be
Secured. 20 seconds until the grubs spawn. You have to imagine that Gen.G will look for it.
Immediately, though, engage coming out from Keen down here on the bottom side. Remember that Gumayushi has no flash. Keen just going in, beats him over the head with that.
Get a plate or two. At least one plate has already fallen. Owner, though, trying to answer on that top side. Carrier's behind them.
Yeah, Carrier wants to make his angle into the fight, and there's the heroic entrance. The Wukong Galio combo deletes Ruler immediately, and the second cast of the Cyclone mows Duro down. T1.
See Keen solo kill on the bot side, not to be outdone. Guma could be in trouble.
Yeah, a lot of danger there. The Dawning Shadow doesn't hit him, so critically not low enough towards that 0 HP mark as Canyon forces Owner back out of the grub pit. It's still 2 grubs over the side of T1 though. Doran ready to go in, wants to chase after Canyon. Faker and Owner dealing with Duro off to the side as another Nimbus strikes, ready to set it up with a Justice Punch, knocking him up into the air, and Owner ready to knock him right back down. Feet of Warfare, 3 kills. T1
be able to get out to those side lanes now. Of course, working in towards the Roa and the Archangels.
This could be a play for Gen.G though. Keen gonna start it off here after Doran interrupts the hook shot, and Canyon's ready to show up to seal Gen.G.
T1 on the cross map though. They will equalize the Dragons. Chovy wisely tries to push out that bot wave before Faker can respond, so he's going to be
about
safe.
to spawn in the top river. This is very important to try to control if you know that Herald fight is upcoming. Faker now trying to deal with Keen's Scion that has stacked mostly armor as Keria and Gumayusi are going in. Ruler under a little bit of pressure, but he roots up Guma. Fires back with a little bit of damage as Gumayusi continues trying to escape. Has to flash. Doran's made his way into the back line. He wants to go after Canyon. Owner engages here with a Cyclone. Followed up with a Hextech ultimatum with the Dawning Shadows ready to back him up. Canyon staying alive, but T1 gets the kill and Gumayusi gets paid.
A close exchange, but it's T1 that get themselves the kill onto Canyon. Guma was forced to flash very early because of his positioning. Oh, a bit of danger for Doran.
Doran, rune prisoned up immediately, flash over the wall from Duro for the dredge line. Doran down means
the bot lane one. Keen has had the push non-stop. And as a result, this could mean
and the objective will go to Gen.G.
T1 win a fight in mid lane, but Gen.G find a pick onto Doran. Bot side of the map, T1 have priority over the Dragon, but Gen.G find a pick onto Doran. Their game plan is very much to punish this Camille at every...
No problem. They don't even have to use the Herald to do it. And that is fantastic. That is going to be the feats of strength there for Gen.G, so they get the upgraded boots.
As Keen will face check into a brush, I don't think he's ever really worried about doing that. We'll see, though, if T1 can punish. They try to unload onto the tank. Keen ready to flash away as Ruler's trying to back him up here with the Dawning Shadow. Tons of damage onto the Scion. Duro makes his entry into the fight. Keen's going to die, but now his dead body's ready to go. T1 try to disengage. Gen.G looking to fire back, but they won't find a
Here comes Duro.
Ruler's got the first kill into Owner as Faker tries to get away, but the Justice Punch will find no escape. A double kill to Chovy's Rise as Doran and Gumayusi.
Otacon, though, we're going to keep going.
We're already back to live, and the Otacon's halfway dead. T1 want to try to contest this as Gen.G have control of the area for now. They full send it. They want to go in after Doran, but they can't find enough damage to kill him here at the very start. T1 with a counter punch, but nothing just yet. Duro the first to die. Owner's got to try to get himself back away, but Faker's already down. Owner will follow. Gen.G 2 for 1, and they don't want to stop just yet. Chovy sends himself to his own death. And Gumayusi into the back, looks for Ruler. He finds him. T1 turning it around. Keen, the last man standing on Gen.G, and he wants even more. The shield ready to proc. Gumayusi ready to...
Unthreatened here from Gen.G. I was thinking this was going to be a slow fight, but it was going to be theirs.
And Keria's Poppy knocking Keen out of the very start. Keen is the raid boss in this game.
Yes.
T1 will need to find a way to get through him, and you can see the Corki damage. I want to guesstimate that about half of that went into Keen.
Yeah, he did about as much damage as the 2 highest on Gen.G put together. Duro looking to go in here with the dredge line. There's no follow-up damage from Gen.G just yet. Faker's getting juggled around, but he's still got a little bit of HP ready to go. Flashing out. Gumayusi in danger. Dawning Shadow! And the sun sets on Gumayusi as Faker is running towards the other side of the map. He's got backup nearby, but Gen.G are on the hunt. Can they find anything else? Will they overextend? No, they're going straight after the Otacon instead. Doran, Owner, and Keria all nearby. Faker still with a grand entrance to try to join up if he wants to, but it's all 5 from Gen.G here in the objective.
They don't have Gumayusi here. Oh, the...
Keria, he wanted to find the Keeper's verdict to try to make it a fair fight, to try to give T1 a chance, but they won't get it. A nice flash to dodge that potential ulti as now Doran gets found out. Keen doesn't hit him with an decimating smash. Duro still walking over here in the Nautilus. The ulti's not available, but Vise is immediately into the dredge line to follow. Doran's gonna Hex Tech ultimatum, fully stacked.
And Ruler 80+ stacks, and they have the sustain here, so they're feeling confident to start this Baron.
And Owner is exactly the target they want. The T1 jungler dead before he can blink his eyes, and Gen.G make their way to Baron.
Keen just choo-chooed straight into Owner. There was no way for him to escape. And with the jungler gone, this becomes a very challenging steal.
Okay, Keria doesn't have Smite right now. I'm looking at the scoreboard. The Baron's down to 2,000.
Yeah,
GenG backing away from it. Keria with the Smite ready to go. Yes, Smite going over the wall, but it's still going to be claimed by Canyon. T1 will lose their support. We'll lose the Baron. We'll lose Gumayusi. We'll lose control in game 2. 6,000 gold lead, GenG.
Keria tried to go for the steal for the Heroics. T1 know this game is quickly slipping away from them, but Canyon outsmites him, is able to grab it and secure that.
And again, another kill on Doran after the fact. This Camille picked late in the draft. This Camille, so important for the comp. 2 and 6. There's not a single man on GenG who's not ahead of his counterpart. Game number 2, they're in total control.
I mean, Ruler's closing in at 100 and everything. Owner's finally going to be spotted now, and they could just look to try to pincer him. Chovy's not afraid at all.
Yeah, Owner did a great job playing around the fog there for a little bit, but one spy targets you with the ulti. The clone can't save you. Chovy on a rampage. T1 jungler dead for 45, and the Dragon's alive. Ocean Soul for GenG.
An easy pick for GenG. A slippery play from Owner. But it's the MasterCard price this moment. Dragon Soul secured. Keen with the dive.
Immediately engages on Doran, and Chovy's ready to follow. Doran is sent to Rune Prison, and Chovy is the warden. GenG keeping the push going. Owner still dead for another 15. Doran dead for more than 30 seconds. A Baroned up GenG making their way into the T1 base with a 10,000 gold lead. With a Dragon Soul, they've got their sights set on the Nexus itself. GenG continue pushing forward as Keria tries to dive after Chovy. Keeper's Verdict ejects the rise, but the Dawning Shadow reinforces GenG health bars. The first Nexus turret still stands as Guma tries to get some damage back, but Keen is simply too tanky. T1 finally have their jungler back alive, and with Doran about to respawn, they're thinking about trying to find something here on GenG, but they're so strong, they're so tanky, they've got so much regen, but T1 still thinks they've got to try something here. Doran goes in. He wants to go over the wall and find Chovy. He does, but Keen prevents any backup from arriving. Faker with a grand entrance, but it's only from his own exit. Doran is already down. Faker's about to follow as Keen is not even dented. Still damage from Owner, but nothing worth mentioning. A double for GenG. It's only Keria left, and he won't last long. One last shot from Ruler rules out any chance of a T1 stall, and GenG march it into the base.
Exceptional protection as T1 desperately tried to find something back, but it was not enough.
Nexus turrets are just a formality at this point. GenG with the tanky comp strikes back in game 2. However, Renata is still dumpster royalty right there with TF. Both of them 0 and 8 at this event. We'll see if T1 can break that curse here, as the AD carry for GenG will be Sivir.
So Sivir?
I feel like the big point of contention is going to be this bot lane 2 versus 2.
Absolutely.
All right. 300 HP on both of our AD carries as the auto attacks keep flying back and forth. The junglers both collecting their second buffs, but it is Gumayusi and Keria getting the better trade. Flash from Duro, but he's still caught. First blood, 2v2.
Game. We will see Canyon in a position. No, he's just going to drop a ward and realizes that there is no fight here. Chovy has to go back to base. Duro's got to be careful.
Yeah, Duro caught with a handshake there, but a nice shattering strike ready to respond. Canyon joining up.
For T1, which means that T1 will have better positioning, but Duro and Chovy cutting off the route for Keria, who just ticked over to level 6. That could very well be the level difference.
Okay, keep your eyes on the engage going in immediately. Doran trying to use the Ornhorn, but it only finds its way on a Canyon. Now they got to try to continue to look for a little bit more engage. The lights go out, but enough ready for GenG as they tried to fight back. Canyon with the flashback over the wall as Ruler fires out with a ricochet. Doran trying to get his way out as the Shurima shuffle defends T1. GenG take control of the topside river. There's no kills, there's no bodies, but GenG no longer deal with resistance. T1 forced all the way out as Gumayushi lets the feathers fly, but nobody on Gen.G is under threat. Critically, T1 and Owner secured the first grub. It won't be all three for Gen.G, but they control the top side of the pit.
Yeah, Gen.G gonna be able to walk away with 2.
But he's also already here. T1 are starting up the objective. Gen.G are coming down to try to do something about it. Equalizer drop, and it only finds Owner. Magnet Storm, again, only on Owner. Here comes the Ornhorn as T1 are firing back. 1 for 1 here at the very start as Dorman and Gumayushi have to fall back. Tibbers the front line for Gen.G. Faker goes in, but he doesn't have the range for the shuffle. Now Tibbers still tanking it up. Beautiful blade caller. Gen.G trying to get away now as Ruler's down to 200. Guma down to 200. Chovy nearly kills him, but it's still...
Vetti, you said how it is, a very kind of close game right now, but I think that favors T1 because it's going very slowly.
Okay, Gen.G have control over the top side river. Rift Herald, the target. Teleport coming in from T1.
Here we go.
Herald's already down to about 4,000. T1 got to be ready to turn out the lights here soon, but the Magnet Storm already crashes down from Duro. Equalizer over the top and a ton of damage back to the Gen.G support. Backline of Gen.G under a little bit of pressure as Ruler's first to die. Owner going in looking for Chovy here too. Canyon shove it away as Chovy has to run. T1 domination. Another kill about to come through as Doran follows Keen, and not a single man on T1 has fallen. The recall from Chovy trying to get away. The handshake denies it. Chovy on the run with the blast cone, but he's not going far. Owner ready here with a spell shield. Needs a little bit more. A double kill to carry a 7-1 game for T1.
It is a great engage from Duro, but it is a better answer from Keria.
So the fact that he flashed forward then meant the response from Dawn, he could CC Chovy, knock him into the air, and he's removed from the fight.
T1 is looking good in game 3, a 3,000 gold lead. The additional reward after the fight. They claim soul point as well. We are only 17.5 minutes into the game, and Gen.G now have the response. T1, control over this bot side river.
Annie did use her ult in the top lane onto Faker, so the burst that she has available from it is not going to be up for the fight. T1 is trying to put pressure onto Gen.G knowing this.
And the Tibbers is not even alive anymore. It can't even just do the random AoE damage from the burn. So now Gen.G, they're starting up the Otacon, but no Chovy ulti. It could be very risky. T1, they don't have Faker here. He doesn't have a teleport. Gen.G are trying to force the issue before the T1 mid laner arrives. They've got the Otacon down to 3,000. Canyon's about to die. He stays alive with a nice crescent guard as it's stolen away by Owner. T1 find exactly what they need, and Owner with the clutch steal tops it off with a double kill. Gen.G just completely lost everything.
This could be an over 5,000 gold lead now. So I want to see that replay one more time, because to me,
Gen.G is feeling the pressure across the map. Duro desperately trying to find a flank.
Duro wants the flank, but Keria has marked him. Look at Canyon, he's over the wall here. He has the flash on the Xinjiao. Equalizer already used. Magnet Storm over the top, and it doesn't find a lot. Hostile takeover, roaring through the river. Gumayushi's already killed Duro. 3 dead on Gen.G. T1.
The fight easily, claim the soul, extend the gold lead even further, and it feels like T1 are about to send us to match point.
The team fighting in this series has been nothing short of incredible. Ruler looking to get a bit of revenge.
Yeah, flashing after Keria to get this kill. One more auto attack is what he needs. Shut down on the enemy support. Keria 2-0-10 before that. But the cost is still the Gen.G. They gotta make something crazy happen. Chovy looking for an opportunity as T1 try to back away. Owner's gonna turn out the lights. Chovy's been found waiting in the brushes as the hostile takeover with the Doran ulti combine to instantly execute Gen.G. T1 with a quadra kill for Gumayushi.
He wants the
match will be secured, and T1 is dominating in game 3.
This game is mandatory VOD review for every other Renata Glask at the tournament.
Keria That is why this guy has won as much as he has. Faker now in trouble.
Yeah, Faker's been caught out, tries to use Emperor's Divide to make himself enough space for his team to show up, and yes, he does. Now Owner enters into the paranoia. His target is Keen. Keria ready to follow up here, goes for the handshake, finds the enemy top laner. Faker's on a killing spree, and Ruler tries to run. Owner's in hot pursuit, and the Fear Tether doesn't have the range to proc just yet. Ruler's the target, Gumayushi's the killer, and Faker cashes in. A double kill for the Azir as T1 break into the base.
There is a cost for attacking the Emperor himself, and Gen.G have been forced to pay it. The Nexus is in their eyes.
T1 with a 5v3. First Nexus turret the target. Hostile takeover zones Gen.G away. T1 19-2. 13,000 gold ahead. All they need is a minion wave. They've got it here at the Nexus. Duro's next to die, and Chovy's Annie is about to follow. T1 in the strongest performance thus far are at match point. Does go to Silver Scrapes like the last time these two teams went head-to-head did. This also removes the K'Sante possibility for Keen in a Game 5. As Faker's Game 4 pick, it is Control Mage and a Control Mage with the Hui.
This is what I was expecting. We saw it yesterday, in a good spot.
The bot lane scrappy here early on, not as much as we saw in the previous game, but Canyon thinking about getting involved here in the mid lane. Two immobile control mages. Faker's got to try to run. The flash chomp from Canyon. Power Siphon sets it up. Canyon knocks it down. Remember also with King's Tribute, you get a nice surge of healing after you take down one of these large targets. Back in mid lane, the trades back and forth. And with Chovy using the Void Storm, the Arcane Storm, to just get a little bit of extra tempo over Faker here.
Make
Make
sure
sure
up on that top side. Worried about a potential look for grubs, but Dorian gonna get the bad news. Canyon's here.
Yeah, Canyon's ready to chase after the K'Sante. They don't want to allow him to get good all-out value, but Doran does it anyway. Canyon, he's caught out of position. The Impale has him stuck, but he stays alive with a little bit of extra healing. Canyon getting away for now. Super Mega Death Rocket can't finish the job as Doran stays alive. Canyon's the one closest to death. Owner still chasing, throws another rock, but it won't matter.
Maybe Keen feels confident. No, he's going to back away. These grubs will be conceded as T1 secures their first objective of the game.
Nicely done there for T1. Getting the near kill on the jungler feels bad in the moment, but it feels good enough to get the objective as Owner's making his way into the top side. Ishtal's impact slams Keen into the wall, and Doran with...
You have to imagine that both teams will set their sights on it. Canyon hovering around top once more. It does make sense to try and funnel some resources into Keen. Can they really pull this off?
The all-out is ready to go again. Doran outplaying it last time around, and he's ready to go again, all out. Keenan in a little bit of danger, but Canyon looking to burst him down in time. Doran drops, and Keen stays alive. Owner and Faker wanted to show...
Gumayushi, though, going to be securing all these plates in the bottom lane. He gets 2 for himself. That's going to be 3 shared alongside Keria. They realize that Ruler is alone in bot lane because of that TP you were talking about, Azael, and so immediately they look to put the pressure on. Topside, Gen.G trying to cross map, Keen trying to hold this wave.
Yeah, Keen really doesn't want to give away the first turret this early, especially when his team's looking to put the damage into the top side, tier 1. Keen holding on with the final rocket, finds the target, T1 now trying to get a kill onto Keen. Keria gobbles him up, Gumayushi shoots him down. T1 tie up the kills.
Your meal is served, Keria and Owner. Serving up Keen on a silver platter to the Jinx, getting him the first kill of the game. He got paid with the plates, he got paid from the tower kill, and now gets a kill on the top laner to boot, opening up an 800 gold lead here for the Jinx to equal that of Chovy's in the mid lane.
That's the biggest thing. Gumayushi is being accelerated. The feats of warfare.
For the side of Gen.G, 1 Drake to 1. For both sides here, as Canyon's going to start up the Herald on his own. T1 still looking for control over the mid wave. They'll push it up slightly faster, but Ruler can easily clear the minion right after. Keria jumps in on an abyssal dive, and Gen.G's ready to fire back. Keria in danger, trying to pop the thick skin. Stays alive for now, but Ruler jumps in. Feet of Warfare going to be claimed by Gen.G, and T1 picked the wrong moment. Gen.G were ready to absorb the engage. They'll take the kill, they'll take the feat, and they'll take themselves the Herald.
Duro so quick to re-engage off of Keria trying to make a play on the map. Duro takes a chunk of damage. T1 trying to contest this tower.
Spiraling despair on Ruler. He's got to flash away to stay alive. Keen putting a little bit of pressure onto Doran now as Chovy makes his way back into the fight here too. Gumayushi low on health, low on mana. Doran, footwork over the wall, barely stays alive. Gen.G will not allow T1 anything more.
The feats are going to be decided by the next objective here. This game's so tense right now. Herald summoned up here. Gen.G going to be able to likely knock this tower down, but T1 still staying around, seeing if there's any possibility to at least stop the Herald from charging again, and they should be able to accomplish
Looks like Gen.G might just give it away. They're going to focus on the tier 2 in the top lane instead. They want to build the gold lead that will now 2,500. It will be the feats claimed by the side of T1. The Infernal Drake is theirs. Just being weak early as it stacks has kind of passed. The item will still have plenty of value once he gets all of those, and especially considering the last game, the 0 kills, 0 assists. Chovy's having a great time here now. A little more damage is all they need on Doran, but Keria gets him out alive. You can't say the same thing for the turret as Gen.G take another objective. It's 4 turrets to 1. T1 seeing if there's anything they can find after, but for Duro, it's an easy grand entrance back of the wall. Ruler slammed in. Owner goes for the impale, but there's no backup. T1
They really are, and Owner there, kind of uncharacteristic mistake. He has been so steady, so stalwart. T1 should be able to grab this tower in the mid lane, but you know, even if the extra men move in and contest vision, if they want to do it.
T1 still playing cautiously here as their mid laner is over in the mid lane. Duro looking to make a move onto Faker. He finds the grand entrance with a quickness, and Ruler puts bullets through Faker's heart. Gen.G with a kill on the enemy mid laner now has control.
Duro has been fishing for so many picks, and he finally finds one onto the mid laner of T1. Faker is caught. Gen.G have the numbers advantage, and they're looking to take everything from T1's jungle.
They're going to start by stealing away the red buff. They're going to continue by putting down vision control. They are going to pressure in a 5v4 situation. A TP about to show up as the gravity well welcomes Doran to the battlefield. Duro stunned up into the wall. Grand exit right back over. Doran goes all out. Ton of damage on the Keen. He's going to get killed. Ruler ready to get excited. Ton of damage on the T1, and they're all getting evaporated. T1 are washed from the rift, and Gen.G.
Again, Owner spent the ult on only Duro. They can't even kill him during it. As soon as those tools are down.
Something on the other side of the map. Claim the tier 1 turret, but they won't get a chance. Chovy's already there. Canyon will take the Drake. Super many autos. Keen, the only man that's died on Gen.G, is still ahead. Nearly 2,000 gold over his counterpart. Gen.G will start the objective. T1 are going to see it there with the severing bolt over the wall. They're going to scramble to try to get into range, but immediately Faker is already targeted. Duro with a beautiful start to the fight. Nobody on T1 dead yet. As Owner over the wall looking to try to engage. Super Mega Death Rocket finds a target. Ruler's still alive, but Doran's going after him. The Baron down to 2,000. Chovy's already on a rampage as Guma dies. T1 die! Gen.G hold the smoking gun, and they're marching down mid lane with Baron.
A phenomenal team fight for Gen.G as they weather the pressure of T1. They set their sights on the Nexus, and they're looking to bring us to Game 5.
Faker is alive, but he stands alone. Gen.G with a 5-man push. They dive Faker, they ace T1, and they guarantee us one final game. Gen.G tie up the series. We're going to Game 5.
How else could this?
Thinking about Gragas as an option as well, the hover.
Gragas support, I think, could be smart.
Oh, they're going full. Ooh.
Nope.
Oh.
We're going Pike.
My goodness, Duro. Keria was one of his idols while he was attempting to make his way through the Challengers scene.
Trying to be farming this plate. They almost have knocked down their first plate already, and Owner's showing up on top side.
Owner wants Keen. Doran's ready for the flash follow. Ruthless Predator Spectral Maw. T1 first blood.
And it goes.
Keria there with pressure from Duro and Canyon. This is the time here in the match. If there's ever a time to stand up, that's the time to do it. T1 though might just get dove. Make it rain, putting the pressure on. Gumayushi with a flash away. Between worlds goes Chovy, and Keria goes down. Guma goes with them. A double kill for Ruler.
Gen.G pull off the perfect dive there, juggling the aggro flawlessly. Keria and Guma get nothing back here. They do get a dragon on the bot side, thanks to...
run out of control in this early game if she's just allowed to free farm. Nice interrupt there from Faker onto Keen.
And I think Honor really was hoping that they were going to get more than just the defense, that they were going to get a fight, be able to actually collapse and force and maybe get a kill. Because that was a lot of time spent just to get that red. They're looking for Canyon.
Beautiful engage from Owner. Spectrum on Canyon. The Nidalee, no way out. A heartbreaker from Owner is a heartbreaker for Gen.G fans.
Did a really good job of threatening Canyon, who was trying to clear out a ward. That meant that he pushed Canyon more to the left of the river, allowing for Owner to set up for that pick. Flash commits the stun, sets up for the kill, and as you rightly said, it's Owner that gets two.
Duro, he wanted to try, I respect.
Does earn them this dragon here. Gen.G don't get a kill, but do grab their first objective.
Faker pushing the tier 1 turret in the bottom lane the entire time. The skill shots fly back and forth in mid. Keen and Chovy will start up the Herald, but T1 can sense something is going wrong here. Owner jumps in for the Spectral Maw on Duro, but he misses. Doran looking off to the side, but he's already been chunked. T1 bringing in the TP as Gen.G go after the Herald. It is claimed and secured by Canyon. Keen trying to get away from the Karma Root as Doran goes over the wall. Flash Ruthless Predator. Doran is low. Bullet time gets him. Gumayushi barely staying alive, but it's 2 kills back the other way.
Is finding ulti after ulti as the flash in here from Doran, but Ruler just steps back and finds a massive bullet time channeled across. Some missing on the other side as well, but no flash on Viego. Renekton and Caitlyn. Feels like it would be a very dangerous fight to take.
Duro again going fishing with the bone skewers. Keen lands the Infernal Chains onto Karria, but the Karma's plenty fast enough to step away. Chovy going between worlds. Karria the target here at the very start, as now Doran's going to be burst down very quickly. Q3 won't kill him, and Gen.G don't get their man just yet. Doran's still getting away as Chovy gets enough damage, and Keen gets the kill. Gen.G
quickly taking control of this game.
And T1 just really weren't in position to take that fight. Owner was looking for a potential flank there, but everyone from Gen.G showed up. Faker's in bot lane doesn't have his teleport, so it's then
Drake shouldn't be truly contested here. Doran's hanging around. But Renekton can't do anything over the wall, and
Chovy has no TP. It's not up yet.
Are going after the Otacon. It's already down to half HP. Duro and Ruler stepping up. Doran taking a little bit of damage as the bullet time flies out. Doran, 1/3 HP. It buys enough time for Gen.G to try to revive. Kanan has made his way into the objective. Looking to smite it down. Canyon's Nidalee gets the Otacon. Gumayushi caught between worlds, and Gen.G take him straight to hell. Keen, wings spread wide. Looks for more. Canyon misses the spear. Keen hits the Q2. Needs a little bit more damage. Trying to find it. Chovy forces his Infinity Edge on the Caitlyn. Gen.G already with the objective. Down to 5,000. Faker and Doran over the backside of the pit looking for their entry here into the fight. The Drake down to 3K. Chovy going between worlds. T1 forced away. Drake claimed by Ruler. Now Owner and Faker here at the very start. Reset for Owner. He's low, but he ain't dead yet. Keen goes in for the killing spree. Stunned up by Doran, but Ruler is still ready to fire. Doran wants to slice and dice, but it's a double kill to Keen. Chovy still chasing.
Canyon that does get targeted. Faker finds an incredible angle, but the response from Gen.G,
from being all these levels higher, he's going to be so tough to deal with.
Big chunk there onto Karria with the spear. Now Gen.G's got to be a little bit careful. Owner goes in for the Spectral Maw, but Duro dashing back away. TP coming in as Gen.G immediately trying to go after Doran. A lot of damage back onto him with the bullet time over the top, but they ain't going to find a kill here just yet. Chovy looking to get away. Keen unstoppable. Nobody on Gen.G is down. Keen with a double kill. And Gen.G are so much better in the team fights.
their efforts are not enough. T1 cannot find a single member, and with the Baron available, Gen.G will secure it. Now T1 being shepherded by Duro, they look to secure a tower. They're trying their best to escape. Duro will let them free.
Matchups, and here in this game, 6-2-1. He's feeling great on the Aatrox. Turret destroyed, down there in the bottom.
And no one is going to be able to answer the top lane. Doran was trying to push out that bot lane wave to be able to answer there, but you can see Keen was pushing in the top side.
Spot. They needed to chase after Keen because they've got to find any opportunity they can, but the cost is the inability to fight for the Dragon.
For T1 is you try to buy time until an Elder spawn and you pray that you can somehow get over there and steal it, but that's why Gen.G is Gen.G. You can see these luxury items starting to come through as well. The Zhonya's is done for Canyon. A QSF T1's hand.
Gen.G daring T1 to answer them at the Baron. Chovy and Duro are the ones in position to try to interrupt. Faker goes in for the flash charm, but he won't find it. Owner looking for a chance to steal with the bullet time, immediately forcing him all the way away. He tries to survive, but Canyon will bury him in the river. Gen.G, Baron +1.
Faker tries his best to find a play onto Chovy, but he will not allow it. Chovy holds the line, Owner falls, and with the Baron, Gen.G's last push as they set their sights on the title of MSI.
Gen.G with the push in the top and mid lane simultaneously. Doran and the rest of T1 trying to defend. It is still 20 seconds until Owner is back alive. The Baron minions have made their way to the Nexus turrets. The first already half dead as Gen.G change their attention over to the mid lane tier 3.
The pressure is unrelenting. The wave clear just isn't there for T1. Now 2 inhibitors fall. It's simply a matter of time.
Owner is back alive. The last stand of T1. Doran slices forward, but it won't matter. The first Nexus turret is already about to die. T1 struggling to defend. Duro with a bone skewer. T1 backing away. Gen.G with a massive advantage already in the health bars as Guma's chunked to half. Chovy goes between worlds. Guma goes down. Keria goes down. Gen.G, they did not falter on the road to MSI. They didn't fail here in Vancouver for 23 series. They have chased perfection, and now they found it.